Let's do this. Washington Times. 2 more women have accused Joe Biden of unwanted touching.
Nah, these fucking women, man, they just come out of the woodwork, try to cut down a good man. His son died in Iraq, bro.
Okay, so? The 2 more women have come forward to say they were made uncomfortable by feely encounters with former Vice President Joe Biden. According to accounts given to the New York Times and posted Tuesday evening, one of the women is a sexual assault survivor, and the other had to be protected by her husband. The former woman is a 22-year-old college student named Caitlin Casaro, and the latter is a 59-year-old writer named DJ Hill. Ms. Casaro told the Times that Mr. Biden, the undeclared frontrunner for the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination, put his hands on her thigh despite her squirming back at him. At the encounter 3 years ago at an event on sexual assault. At the encounter 3 years ago at an event on sexual assault at the University
It's the best place to get it, though. Who's going to suspect, right? Who's going to suspect? I like to sell drugs at NA meetings. You know what I mean? You got to get in there. What?
Remember we talked about it on this show, the cop that showed up to a DUI training thing drunk and he got like fucking fired? It's the same thing. Mr. Biden also hugged Ms. Casaro just a little bit too long, she says. While Ms. Casaro said she said nothing publicly and just considered the encounter how men are, she felt the Times wrote particularly uncomfortable because she had just shared her own sexual story at the event. Ms. Casaro told the Times, these are supposed to be people that you can trust. According to Mrs. Hill, she and her husband, Robert, were having their pictures taken when Mr. Biden at 2012 fundraiser in Minneapolis. Mr. Biden put his arms around Ms. Hill's shoulder, then began moving it down her back and making her very uncomfortable. The old Al Franken. Mr. Hill saw her reaction, and then he put his arms on Mr. Biden's shoulder and made a joke to interrupt. According to Ms. Hill, she also said nothing and then didn't know Mr. Biden's intent or even whether he sensed any awkwardness from the Hills. Only he knows his intent, but if something makes you feel uncomfortable, you have to be able to say it. The Times did not report immediately on a reaction from Mr. Biden or a spokesperson on the accusation. So, old creepy Joe. Remember, we talked about it on this show and this is a year ago we talked about
He's
it.
done nothing wrong.
A year ago we talked about a former Secret Service agent. Remember we talked about the story, female Secret Service agent who was protecting him at his home after the presidency. But, you know, when you're a vice president or president, you get Secret Service the rest of your life. So protecting him at his residence in Maryland, I think.
Yeah, I remember the stories. I
And
remember we read that on the show.
Yeah, exactly. And then he was swimming naked in front of her, like go in his pool buck naked in front of her, and everybody played it off when they talked about it, like, oh, come on, you're gonna believe one Secret Service agent? They're trying to sell books. But at this point, there's enough stuff on Biden where you go, look, I don't think Biden's raped anybody. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, nobody knows for sure. But if I had to guess, I don't think he's done any of that.
I think he's just a real creeper-rooney.
I think he's a creepy dude. I think, and people know old guys like this, you know, that are a little too weird, that are a little too creepy, too touchy-feely with the waitress at Hooters, where you go, dude, you're making her uncomfortable. What are you doing? I think he's like that. I think he's a dude who likes to do that stuff and probably jerk off later to it or fuck his wife to it or something like that. But look, man. Oh, did you hear this? Apparently, behind the scenes, this is from what I've seen from reliable sources, people are saying, Biden is furious and he thinks it was somebody in Bernie Sanders' camp that leaked it. But he, when I've heard, and it seems to be reliable, of course you never know, but it seems to be reliable. He's furious because he believes that it was somebody in Bernie's camp.
Definitely somebody in the Democratic camp for sure.
It has to be, but it was somebody because first they said Beto because this other bitch, Herman Munster looking bitch, was at Beto's rally. Yes. Lucy Lawless or whatever her name was.
Lucy Lawless.
Yeah,
close enough.
Lucy Brawless at the fucking event, but now Biden thinks very strongly because of what he's heard that it's somebody in Bernie's camp that has been leaking this. Yeah, so it is they're eating each other. And did you see what Trump said? Hey Biden, you having fun? You having fun? That's what he said. He goes, Biden, you having fun yet, pal? Like just going after him.
You know, it's going to be very unpleasant for you. I got to be honest with you. I have gone through the worst
Yeah.
that they can throw at me at this point. What are they going to do to Trump?
Yeah, what are you going to do to
They're
Trump? at
eating
this-
each other now.
Yeah.
And Trump's just sitting there going, they practiced on me, Joe. So I get it, brother. I get it.
Let me tell you something.
These people, I'll be honest with you, they will go to any length. I feel you, bro. Like, start trying to be nice to him and relate.
The left's best shot, and a lot of people have said it, and I'm sure you agree, the left's best shot to beat Trump is a Biden. Biden would be the best shot to beat Trump. He's established. He was in the beloved Obama administration. He would be...
And he also talks like a crazy person, which would help him against Trump.
Exactly, because they're both...
you need somebody to out crazy the crazy, and Biden will get blue collar on his ass.
They want to put you all in chains. Jesus, why are you screaming at me, Biden?
Like, he'd be the first one in history to go, fuck you, Don. And people go, oh, shit. He just said fuck you to him in a debate. And he'd go up like 5 points. Like, Joe Biden says fuck you to President Trump. That would be awesome, by the way. There, he would get votes to that. People are like, he just told the president to go fuck himself. It's pretty gangster, whatever you say. He's not going to win with all this creepy stuff going on, though. He's out.
But he's out. Yeah, he's not even going to say he's going to run, so he won't suffer the embarrassment. They're trying to smoke him out, but it just goes to show you that these fucking leftists, man, they have no loyalty. They'll kill their own. They don't care.
And by the way, this is the time when a president really makes their legacy. Now we got to see when the push comes to shove, right? When whoever becomes the Democratic nominee, let's see how many bitter people who didn't make it that go to the Trump camp with shit. Just like, you think Biden, once he's out the game and he's been fucked over or thinks he's been fucked over by Bernie's camp, and it becomes Bernie's nomination, you don't think Biden would fucking spitefully sell out Bernie to fucking Trump?
Yeah, he might, because at that point, if he doesn't, Biden's too old now. If he doesn't doesn't run for president now, become president now, he's not going to become president.
You want Hillary's old folder on her, pal?
Yeah,
because I'll fucking do it. You'll just be that bitter about it.
But we would say, if we were to say purely entertainment wise, Biden Trump debates would be the best, right?
It would be the good
out of all of them, out of all the people that are running, because Trump could mop the floor with pretty much all of them. Bernie versus Trump would be kind of fun to watch, but I think Biden versus Trump, and of course we're talking purely entertainment wise, would be fun, because Trump will be like, that's why I didn't let Barron come to this, because Biden's here and he gets a little handsy. It would just be really, really.
I told my whole family, stay home tonight.
Yeah.
Papa Joe's in the house.
Papa
you know how
Joe.
he gets.
Papa Joe.
Old creepy Uncle Joe. So I just told everyone, stay home tonight. It's for the best.
Creepy Uncle Joe.
He will. He'll be calling him creepy on television.
Of course he would, and it would be awesome.
You can't get away with it. You can't. Again, this is watching Trump in a debate has become like watching Tyson. Where, even Tyson, if you watch Tyson fight, he was never a conventionally good mover or anything. Like, he didn't look graceful. He just came out and punched you twice, and your body shut down.
You're right.
But he never had any kind of grace. He was definitely no Muhammad Ali. Trump is the same way. He has no grace. He's not Muhammad Ali. But he will come in and punch you twice in the gut, and you'll go like, I think I have organs shutting down. I have to stop this match immediately.
Zen Rhino with a donation on Streamlabs. On a platform filled with Chinese techno-fascist wizards, snake oil salesmen, and fake journalists, frauds, and sodomites, it's good to see that you guys have kept yourself 100% real. Thank you for always putting on an amazing show. Well, thank you, Zen. That was very kind. That was very kind. LM, also some super chats. The Bubba Tuck stuff is an obvious satirical act. So thank you guys for donating. Appreciate it. So let's move let's move on.
Is it satire, though? Does Bubba the Love Sponge understand what satire is?
He doesn't understand how ratings work, that's for
Could
sure.
Bubba the Love Sponge define satire? I find that highly doubtful.
You're right.
Satire is not going, hey, check out the boobs on this one, am I right? Hey, get a look at the boobs on this one. Check me out on TNA Wrestling.
Missing link goes, remember when Trump gave everyone Lindsey Graham's phone number?
Did he really?
He's off. I mean, not his self. He's off. Hey, if you don't like what Lindsey has to say, this is his phone number.
Do you understand how annoying that has to be?
Oh, fuck. Oh, man.